30 definition of terms na institutional correction. First is prison discipline. This is a continuing state of good order and behavior. Next is self-discipline. This is the ability to conform to accept standard for individual and community life in free society. Next is punishment. Punishment is this is a redress that the state takes against an offending member. Next is death penalty. This is was affected by burning, boiling in oil, breaking in the wheel, drawing, hanging. Physical torture. This was the so-called corporal punishment, which was affected by mutilation. Next one is perpetual penalties. This is a convict is pardoned after 30 years. Next is reclusion per temporal. This is 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. Next is prison mayor and temporary disqualification. This may have 6 years and 1 day to 12 years, except when disqualification is accessory penalty. Prison correctional. This is 6 months and 1 day to 6 years, except when suspension is an accessory penalty. Arresto mayor is this is 1 month and 1 day to 6 months. Next is arresto menor. This is 1 day to 30 days. Bond to keep the peace. Discretionary with the court. Next is classical school area. This is among its proponents include Vicaries. Next is neo-classical school. This is arose at the time of the French. Next is positive school. This is denied individual responsibility and reflected on essentially non-punitive reaction to criminality. Next is development of prison. Barbaros were the form and executive of early punishment. Next is the Walnut Street Jail. Originally constructed as the detention jail in Philadelphia. Next is this is penitentiary. This is came from Latin word penitence, and was coined by an English prison reformer. He is John Howard. And next is Auburn Prison. This is confinement of the prisoner in single cells at night and congregate work in shop during the day. Next is Pennsylvania prison. This is solitary confinement of the prisoner in their own cells days and night. Next is Manuel Montesinos. He was the director of prisoner at Valencia, Spain in 1835. Next is Domets of France. Established an agricultural color for delinquent boys in 1839. Next is Alexander Macanocci. He is the superintendent of the penal colony at North, Norfolk Island in Australia in 1840. He is the director of the Irish prison in 1854. That was he is Sir Waltham Crofton. Next is sa Z. Button. He was the superintendent of the Etri Reformatory in New York in 1876. Next is Sir Evelyn Ruggles Bryce. He was the director of English prison who opened the Borstar Institution after visiting Elmore Reformatory in 1897. And the community is the base correction include all correctional activities that take place in the community. Next is Age of Reformation. Replace corporal punishment, exile, and physical disfigurement with the penitentiary. Next is age and rehabilitation. Assume that criminals were handicapped, suffering from mental or emotional deficiencies. And the last one is the age of reintegration. Society become the patient, well as the offender much more emphasis is placed on the pressure exerted on the offender by the social group to which he belongs and on the society which regulation his opportunities to achieve his goals.